You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I am pretty steamed at the way that Daniel Romalotti talked to Lily Winters during that breakup scene. We're going to touch on that, but what I really want to dive into is who should Lily date now? There are only a couple of bachelors that are not involved with anybody else that are rocking around Genoa City right now. So who is it going to be, or are they going to bring in someone new to entertain her? Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And now let's talk about Lily Winters' love life. So just real quick, I want to discuss Daniel's douchey behavior with Lily. I also want to address several comments I've seen over and over here and other places about Daniel, Heather, and Lily. People are saying, oh, they're a family. They deserve to be together, blah, blah. That's well and good. Fine. Lily didn't break up their family. Their family was broken long before Daniel came back to town, and he's the one that broke it. And sure, Heather and Daniel have the right to put their family back together. No disagreement there. But cheating is bad behavior, and they're modeling it for a teenager. Daniel could have not played hide the salami with his ex until after he broke up with Lily. He could have called her. He could have had a FaceTime chat. He could have hopped that short plane ride, told her face to face if he wanted. You break up and then you bang your ex, not the other way around. Over and above that deplorable behavior of his is how he spoke to Lily during their breakup conversation. First of all, Daniel said she was gone too long. To me, that felt like him shifting blame onto her for what he's done. And then he tried to make it sound like he accidentally fell penis first onto his ex. And then he said that they couldn't help themselves. Really? Then he tried to make it like he couldn't tell her because of her ordeal with her daughter. Then he said he never stopped loving Heather. To my ears, Daniel made it sound like it was partly Lily's fault. Then he completely trashed their relationship by saying he never stopped loving Heather, meaning while he was seeing her the whole time, he was in love with another woman. Why just not say any of that, Daniel? Why not just own your skeevy, pathetic, cheating behavior, then try and justify it or shift blame? He could have said, Lily, I did something wrong. I was unfair to you. I shouldn't have hurt you. I'm sorry. You deserve better than me. I will always care about you. This is all my fault. No reflection on you, period. Then you just stop right there and you zip it. And you don't hurt her feelings further, and you don't try and rationalize it. You just say you're sorry. So that happened. Lily also had some things to say to Daniel and then to Devon, reading them both for filth. And I'm sure she's going to be angry and need a minute to calm down before she's even thinking about her next romance. But then again, that saying, the best way to get over one man is to get under another one. Unfortunately, there are not too many single guys in GC right now. There's Nate, but he's family, so that's not happening. We're not on Bold and the Beautiful, There's Chance, who's diddling Summer. There's Adam, who's addicted to Sally again. Devon's her brother and busy boinking Abby. And then there's Tucker, who's diddling Audra, but thinking about diddling Ashley again and maybe also. So most of the men in town, even those who are unmarried, are involved with someone already, except for two guys, Nick Newman and Kyle Abbott. Of course, YNR could bring in someone new for Lily, or they could bring back someone old. I've seen some people on Soap social media clamoring for them to bring back Daniel Goddard as Kane Ashby. I would rather Lily get a giant pustulant rash on her butt than have Kane back in her life. He treated her like crap. He was a cheater, and he was a real piece of work. I do like Daniel Goddard as a human being and as an actor, but say no thank you to Kane coming back and infecting her life again. That leads us back to Nick and Kyle. So we're going to just real quick debate the pros and cons of each. In terms of looks, I think Kyle and Nick are equally handsome. If it were my own preference, I'm more of a fan of a guy with a nice little tidy beard like Nick has, and he's also taller. He's bulkier. I think a wide man's pretty hot. Also, Nick's got those dual dimples, but Kyle's no slouch. He's muscular. He's sexy. He's got that kind of smart aleck sort of smirk on his face. He looks like trouble. So, but just, if it was me weighting the scales, I'm going to lean a little towards Nick. In terms of romantic history and whether they are a long-term prospect, I have to give Kyle kudos over Nick. I mean, Nick's been married 3 times compared to Kyle's 2, but Nick's got a lot more lovers on his laundry list, and he's a known cheater. At least Kyle waited, 30 minutes after dumping Summer before he was getting naked with Audra. In terms of financial and job stability, I think they're equivalents. Both of them are heirs to family fortunes. Both have high-powered jobs in the family businesses. They both can be good providers, which she doesn't really need because she's providing for herself. And I don't think Lily's company is in direct competition with either of theirs. There may be a little overlap, but not enough to be a concern in either direction. Now, let's talk about what's age appropriate. Lily is about the same age as the actress who plays her, mid-30s. Daniel Goddard, who played Kane, is 52. Almost 20 years older than her. Josh Morrow is 50, and Michael Mealor is actually younger than her. He's just 32. So in terms of what people might think is age appropriate, it would be Kyle. But given that Lily was crazy about much older Kane, then Nick might be more in her wheelhouse. So now let's talk exes. Lots of people love Nick with Sharon and they want them back together. Lots of people love Summer with Kyle and want them back together. However, Summer's happy with Chance, and Sharon apparently has been kidnapped by a cult and has been missing from Genoa City for weeks. Maybe Ian Ward came and got her. We need to get her on the back of some milk cartons so Sharon can be found and back on the scene. I could totally see Lily commiserating with Kyle at the bar at the GCAC, talking about rough relationships and breakups. But I could also see her doing the exact same thing with Nick. But since Lily's been cheated on by pretty much every man she's been with, I kind of think she should lean towards Kyle. But I know a lot of you guys hate that idea. And let's be real, if Lily choosing between Kyle and Nick tells me who I get to see shirtless for the next few months, I'm cheering for Nick. Let me know. Of course, we're just going to have to wait and see how it goes. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely drop your comments on Nick versus Kyle for Lily Winter's next romance. And be sure and come back soon. We're here talking Y&R 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.